Hi everyone. So in today's video, we will learn how we can use group by to aggregate our data. So this is really very important topic because a lot of times we will be using this and in every analysis summary results reports we will be creating. So these group by plus the different aggregations like count, average, min, max, and so on and so forth. All these functions we'll be using, right? So let's jump to the code and see how we can implement those in our current data set, right? So we have our data set, DF, which is basically my CSV format, which we have imported here. Now, second is we'll quickly see our data, how our data looks like. So I'll just use top two rows. So DF not defined, we'll have to run this as cell as well, and then this. Cool. So we have this data. Now let's understand using a question how we can how a real life question or objective comes to like an analyst. So maybe there would be a requirement where we want to see how many employees are working in a department. So for each department we need to give a count like how many employees are associated with that particular department. So simple objective. So I'll just write it down here as well. In each department, right? Now, there is no there can be any column, right? Any categorical column under which we need to see the specific count or average or anything like that, right? Aggregation. So here it is department. We can also see at level of city and whatever it is like. So let's start with the code now. So this is the question. So what we'll do is we'll use our DF column and use group by. Group by, and group by means that we are trying to group it at a certain level, and that group will act as a base, unique base, through which will map the whatever aggregation you want to map, right? So for example, in our first case we will be using like department. So let's pass the department here, department. Now comes the second thing. So now we want the count, right? So we'll be using dot count method to show the count, right? So what we'll do is you will use count and will show show and the most important thing we'll call from PySpark.sql.functions import both call and count, right? So here we go. We'll run this cell and see what is the output. So the objective was to get the count as for each department. Here we go. We have total of five engineers working in the engineering department. There are three marketing person and two HR and two finance person working in the company. Now, similarly, we can do it in the same fashion. We can do it at city level. Let's say city level, we want to see the count of employees at the region city, right? So we can just change over here like city, and we can run this. I think this will be giving us the output as per the requirement. So I can say now New York has three employees, Los Angeles has two, and Chicago has three, so and so forth, right? So this is the one way of doing aggregation using group by and count. But a lot of times we need proper summary statistics in which we have a lot more details. When I say details, it's like tell me the minimum wage, maximum wage, what's the minimum age, what's the maximum age, what's the average salary of a particular department, or how average is varying as per city, right? So a lot of things can come at one go, and we need to create a summary, report for that, right? So we can use aggregate function dot agg aggregate in PySpark to incorporate a lot of functions at one go, and can output a lot of a simple report given the uniqueness level. For example, if you want at department level, we can have department level and all the aggregation for department level. So let's see how we can implement that. So we'll use again, let's say we are doing right now at department level. So what we'll do is we'll group by, and we'll say we'll simply say department here. Okay. Now, next thing is we need multiple statistics, and let's write down the statistics what all we need, right? So let's suppose we need what is the minimum age uh, per department, maximum age, okay, average age, and these three information we need for, let's say, age. We can also calculate, let's say, what is the minimum salary, maximum salary, and average salary for each department, right? So this is a requirement, like we want a report where we need all this information at department level, right? Now for this, let's import very critical all these functions, right? So from PySpark.sql dot. So let's do a little more here. Let's so since importing all the functions individually will be little writing more codes. So what we'll do is we'll import PySpark.sql as f, and that f as alias we can use in further code, so that will be easy. So that's what we are gonna do here. So what we'll do is we'll import functions as f now. Okay, not individual functions, but all the function in PySpark.sql as f. Now we can use as f. So coming here, so like I said, we will use .agg aggregate function, and inside that aggregate we can put all the aggregations with whatever we like. For example, min max age, average age, similarly min max salary and average salary for each department. So what we'll do is we'll use .aggregate. Okay, and one by one we'll start. So for example, what we need first is minimum age. What I'll do is I'll do f dot min. Okay, f dot min will give me the minimum of a particular column. So now I'll just close the parenthesis, and I'll say, okay, I need the minimum of age, right? And that's all. So now I need the maximum, so I'll copy this, put comma, I'll do maximum, and change the min to max. Okay, max. Okay, second is done. Third, I can simply copy this again and come down and put it as, we'll just replace max with avg. Avg in PySpark gives the mean or average of a column you're passing, right? In this case we are passing age. And then we need is like we need min of salary, so I can do use this all three, copy this as is, and paste it over here. Remove this comma because I don't want the comma after the last aggregation, right? So what I'll do is I'll just replace the edge with salary. Similarly, I'll copy this, come here, paste, come here and paste. And I think that's the six statistics we wanted to calculate at department level. Now I'll show this and run this. So let's see what is the output. So here we go. So we have this department as engineering, marketing, HR, finance, and minimum age, maximum age. We have average age at department level. So if I interpret it this output, it means that at engineering department, the minimum age of the employee is 28 and the maximum age of an employee is 45 and the average age is 35. Similarly, if I interpret the salary, so it means that the minimum salary at engineering is 105K and the maximum is 92K and average is 85,200. So that's the interpretation. And this is at the kind of department level. Now these things like minimum age, maximum, these are not looking good as a column name. So what we can do is in PySpark we can implement alias, right? Dot alias is a method through which we can implement the name as per our requirement, and by default it takes the calculation name, whatever aggregation name we are giving, like min age, it will take as min age. So what we can do is we can use alias dot alias, alias, and that alias we can give is min edge. Okay, and similarly we can alias others as well. So we can quickly copy this, paste over here. We can use max edge here, and again copy there. We can use average edge here, average edge. Similarly we can copy the alias here, and then we can use min of salary. Okay, maybe we can copy this. Now this is the updated one for salary, so we can replicate this and this becomes the max salary, right? And again if I paste it over here, this becomes average salary, average salary, and we can show this now. I think this will be more readable. And here we go, we have min age, max age, average age, minimum salary, maximum salary, and average salary. So this is for today, and to just recall, we have learned a very important topic, which is basically aggregation using group by and multiple aggregators, right? Like count, average, min, max, right? So and we have seen like how we can incorporate multiple aggregators in .ag function, right? So that it can provide a layout where we can see multiple aggregations at one go. So that's all for today, guys. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you in the next lecture.